Hello everybody, Ace here, giving it to you straight with day 75 of the video log challenge. 75 days, whoa, 75% done. I'm actually looking really forward to it. And today I wanted to talk to you all about the Clarion call we keep hearing about that God sent out for Starseeds to come to Earth and help it out. And what was it all about? What was this Clarion call all about? And so today we're going to talk a little bit about that. And when I first started to learn more about the Starseed stuff and the Pleiades and then the Andromedans and the Syrians, and I started learning more about the multidimensionality and the intergalactic races and the higher consciousness that's beyond Earth. Like I have always known, I just knew innately that there were aliens, right? ETs. I knew there were other consciousness beings. It's impossible to have this many stars with this many planets with all this stuff and us to be the only sentient beings in the entire universe. So it just would not make sense. Then again, most everything I was taught and told growing up, and even to this day, doesn't make sense, yet we still follow it. But luckily, being that we are awakening starseeds, we're awakening ascended masters, and we're awakening to why we're here, what we are, and what we're doing here, all that BS that was being fed to us and that we were actually heaping in our mouths with spoons, it's no longer the case. And so now we have to go on this journey, on this adventure to find the information, the knowledge, the wisdom, the remembrance of the stuff that we really want to know, the stuff that we really want to know more about, our history, why we're here. You know, all these things would be so beneficial because many of us are going through life just going through the motions, trying to figure it out. And in reality, you have a blueprint this whole time, and it's just been kept from us, and we've been keeping it from ourselves in a way. And I think it's important to understand why we decided to come to Earth, why our lives have been the way they have been, why we haven't been normal, why our relationships haven't been the same, why we've been so sensitive, why we've had mental health complications as we've grown, you know, why we've felt so alone our whole lives, you know, why have I always yearned to be out of this planet. These are the things that people just say, oh, there's just some answers you'll never get. Well, I don't believe that. I believe that if there's a question, then there's a human to go find that answer. And when you bring your human and your being together, then there's no answer that you can't attain. So going back now to this Clarion call, what is it and what was it all about? Initially, what I heard it was in a very basic way was that God said, we need people to come help out Earth to ascend, and that starseeds chose to incarnate at this time to help raise the vibration of the planet so that we can open the gates of the ascension gates. We can open up the portal to the ascension, and that as many humans as possible, when these portals is open, because it's not open forever, as this portals open, as these gates are opened, that as many humans as possible can ascend into the fifth dimension. And that was about, I'd say, 9 months ago when I really started getting into this higher dimensional content and started really trying to understand why it resonated so much with me. And over the last 9 months, I've been basically not only shown, but given resources and found books and internet and YouTube. And I've just started creating my own little idea of what the Clarion Call was and what the whole point of us being here now is. And it's not at all what I had initially thought it was. You know, I initially thought that I had come here a couple times on Earth, right, and lived some lives, did some things, didn't like it too much, and then went off for a couple thousand years, did something else, and then came back again. And in reality, that's not even close to being the case. What I've come to understand now is that the Clarion Call was made before Earth was even a planet. And Mother Gaia, which her name is actually Virgo, so beloved Virgo is the name of our planet. That's her spirit name. That's her spiritual name, or whatever you want to call it. Her frequency is beloved Virgo. And we knew her. If you're a starseed, if you resonate with starseed or Wayshow or indigo children or crystal children, blah, 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 specifically starseeds, I always thought it was just because we were called starseeds because we were from the stars and we seeded here. But in reality, we knew Mother Gaia, beloved Virgo, before she was even a planet. We knew her in corporeal form, and we were part of her light family. We were part of her light tribe, whatever you want to call it. And she said that this is my mission. This is what I want to do. I want to create this planet. I want to be on this planet. and I want to go through these experiences. And one of those experiences was to go from a 7D consciousness level, herself as the planet. She wanted to go from 7D down to 5D and have that experience, which took not us, but which would take sentient beings and bring them down in lower densities of consciousness as well. So we actually knew that that was what we were signing up for. And what's even more impressive is that we helped her build the planet. We helped her build herself, and we helped her be infused with the energy she needed. We helped lay the ley lines. We helped bring life to the planet. We were the first to seed life on the planet, and then with our final sacrifice, in a way, our final gift to Mother Gaia, we seeded ourselves onto the planet. And we were what helped her maintain her resonance while she was going through all of her changes and stuff like that when it was time to have sentient life here. And when Atlantis fell, it took us down from 7D. She was in 7D and we were in 5D. It took us down almost overnight from 5D to 3D and from her to 7D to 5D. So the sinking of the Atlantis continent and the ending of the Lemurian civilization reduced the frequency and vibration of the planet so much, the resonance of the planet so much, that it actually allowed for darker energies to come in, and that's when the chaos began. And where she's moving now, where Mother Gaia is moving on to now, is now we're helping her come back into the 7th dimension in her consciousness, and we're coming back up into the 5th dimension in our consciousness. But what's even more impressive is that when we first came into form, we remembered everything. We didn't have that amnesia that we now have in the 3rd density. And what I've gathered was that we didn't like it at all. As soon as we seeded, as soon as we got into form, we were like, oh, it's sticky, it's thick, it's dense. We didn't like it. But we were already invested, and through reincarnation, we kept reducing our vibration, reducing our frequency, and moving from the 5th dimension to the 3rd dimension in our own consciousness and form. And eventually we forgot. We forgot who we were. We forgot what we are, and we forgot why we were here, and we got stuck in the wheel of karma, right? And we've been here ever since. And I know a lot of people that I talk to that resonate with me, and I resonate with them. Soul tribe type deal, Starseed concept type thing that kind of resonates. And if they feel like old souls that have been here forever, and there's a potentiality that we have been here from the beginning. We have either been involved with Earth from the beginning, but we might have been some of the first consciousness, not beings, forms, whatever lives, but we might have been some of the very first consciousnesses, or a consciousness to come into form on Earth and go through this million some odd years of civilization, upturning and upheaval and left, right. And so our whole mission has come to this very life that we're in now, as the Starseeds, remembering. And the more we remember, the more light we bring into our bodies, the more we're able to then help Mother Gaia ascend. So we helped her descend, we helped her build, we helped her descend. Now we're helping her ascend, and she's helping us heal through that ascension. And so it's always been symbiotic, and she's always been serving us, and we've always been serving her. And it's only hasn't worked when we start serving ourselves narcissistically, and when we're not serving Mother Earth. And that's what we've seen. Is I heard and I've read, and I really feel this is true through my own experiences, and just through my own research and through my own introspection, that the weather patterns we're experiencing on Earth is a direct reflection of the consciousness of our species. And because we are innately linked to Earth, all the negative thoughts that we have, all that negative energy, all that loosh we create is actually what creates these storm systems, these hurricanes. That's why you notice that the hurricanes always kind of hit the same parts of the world. You notice that? They always hit the same kind of cities. They always miss the same cities. You know what I mean? These giant snowstorms in the Northeast. You look at China this last summer. So how we treat each other, how we treat ourselves actually affects the weather on our planet, because the weather is Mother Gaia's moods. It's her expressions. And so obviously if we have a sore right on our body, it's going to get inflamed. There's going to be blood that rushes there. It's going to be antibodies that rush there. It tries to clean it. That's exactly what Mother Gaia tries to do with the storm cycles that she creates. Not the ones that the government's creating, because that's happening a lot more than we think. But in reality, when Mother Gaia sends in a tsunami like the one that happened to Thailand or the Philippines down there, it's because she needed to clean a wound. She needed to clean that wound out. And unfortunately, human beings have become more of a cancer and more of a virus to Mother Earth than an actual benefit to her. But luckily, there's enough people waking up now. There's enough people realizing the law of oneness, realizing we're all interconnected, and we're starting to try to reverse that course. And again, the good always outweighs, in terms of energy, the positive, like the good always outweighs the bad. So you could do a bunch of bad stuff, right? You do a bunch of negative stuff over and over and over again, and you'll get that karma to come back at you. But as soon as you do one good thing, it just completely starts to shift that energy back into the light. And the more humans that choose to treat the planet with kindness and care and love her, the more quickly she's going to heal, the more quickly she's going to ascend. And then the Starseeds, who I believe are here for the very last time, me being one of them. Again, if we choose, it's all free will. So we will choose if we want to incarnate again. But I believe this is my last hurrah. I believe that's why I remember everything now, is because it's time to remember. It's time to rediscover. It's time to bring back together. It's time for our resurrection. And that's all a resurrection is to make whole again. It's to refurbish. You know what I'm saying? So resurrection, again, these stigmatized terms because of religion, we all think, oh, resurrection, oh, salvation. And in reality, all resurrection is doing what we're doing right now, which is remembering, which is bringing back the elements that we had lost over thousands of lifetimes. And that's what being a starseed truly is all about, is being your high vibrational state everywhere you go and living your human life however you want to live it, because you've done all the other stuff. And that's going to be the hardest things for us to accept, is that we don't have to struggle anymore if we don't want to. We don't have to fret. We don't have to fight. We don't have to argue. We don't have to prove points. We don't have to be assertive. We don't have to correct people. We don't have to do anything, guys. Anything. But all we want to do is do. And that is why it's our challenge in this lifetime, is surrender, acceptance, letting go. Not for anyone, but for us, so that we can surrender, accept, let go, and then ascend. Truly ascend out of form, and then move on to whatever the next part of our sojourn is. I truly believe that. I really believe that. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to be a lifetime for me to learn how to just be, to learn to just accept, to learn to just let go, to not be a crusader, to not be a warrior. I'll always be a light warrior. It's in my DNA, it's in my blood, it's in my bones, and I'm proud of it. But you can be a warrior without ever picking up a sword. You can be a warrior without ever picking up a shield. And you can be a warrior without ever hiding behind walls. And so for us, the light warriors that we are, the starseeds that we are, the way showers, the crystals, the indigo children, whatever you want to call it, we have to learn to be a different way. And what's funny is that way of being is exactly how we've always wanted to be. It's just letting go of needing to do it our way, so we can figure out our way and then just do it. And it's beautiful. I'm going to check my notes real quick. Yep, I got it all. So that was that I really believe is what the point of the Clarion call is. I really believe the whole idea behind this Clarion call was not made, 1,000 years ago. It wasn't made, sorry, my hair's all crazy. Hats. It wasn't made 1,000 years ago. It wasn't even made 12,000 years ago, where it was given to us, those who rose their hand. As the Bible says, God calls all of us, but only so few will actually take that call. That's what the Clarion call is talking about. Is God put out a call to all beings across the cosmos. I need your help. This is what I need your help with. This is the thing. And I think it was 144,000. 144,000 individual fractals of God rose their corporeal hand and decided to seed this planet from the beginning, the crown jewel of the universe. The hardest school is Earth School in the entire universe as of right now. And we decided to help build it and then be in it. So we're kind of awesome. I'm really proud of you all, because it's not getting any easier. but I am so grateful for the challenges because it's making me stronger. And when you have strength, your level of strength matches the challenges. So it doesn't matter if the challenges are getting harder. If you're getting stronger, it's all relative. I'm really grateful for all of you. I hope that you gain a little bit more clarity on your path today. I hope you get a little bit further on your journey. I hope you can bring in a little bit more love into your heart so that you can see that you've been doing this from the beginning on this planet and that you've already done everything you need to do. You've accomplished everything you need to accomplish. You've attained everything you need to attain. Now it's just remembering. Now it's just releasing. Now it's just forgiving. And then it's ascending. So I am so grateful for each and every one of you. If you liked what you've seen and heard today, hit that like button. If you want to join the Army of Energy, hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow us on Instagram, our army_of_energy on Instagram. Again, I'm a brand partner with Dirt. Changed my life. I'm 65 days in, I think, today. And my body is just, I cannot wait to see what these next 6 months are going to, it's what's going to come when I got to start training again. And man, I'm super excited. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have an even better evening. And I will see you all at the same time tomorrow. Take care and goodbye.